I'm open.
I am open.
I'm
open.
Welcome
Merch plug.
to another episode of I'm Open with Joe, Sam, Ryan, Andrew. Merch plug.
Merch plug.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching another episode of I'm Open. Today's episode is brought to you by our very own merch store. Get yourself.
Wow, you got that thing ready.
Oh yeah, I personally, I'm partial to the Lepler line myself, but yeah, hit our shop. It's in the link below if you want to help us out.
The Lepler line's a hot ticket item.
We got some stupid clothes for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've got to say, I work for this company, but from my deep down, totally honest opinion, if you're watching this, you should spend a lot of money on this merch because, I've never felt so myself in these clothes, and I bet you will too.
wow, that's a huge endorsement. Really brave of you to come out and endorse our own merch like that, Joe.
Thank you.
Wow, we want you guys to buy the merch. Side note, our guests are getting angry, Sam. They want to come on the pod. So
Well,
I don't know if you've sent the link yet.
I sent the link.
Damn.
He's good.
Yo, what's up, Ryan?
Yo.
What's up, boys?
Ooh,
Long time.
repping the Empire swag. Love it.
Yeah, I had to put it on, of course.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, welcome. So you're not in a bunker this time. You're in a undisclosed location.
I'm in the other room. I got my desk set up over here now.
That's
Nice.
the room with the bodies in it, right?
That's why I got the blur on. Don't look over in this area.
Okay. I'll avert my eyes. Well, I guess we could just start. We were gonna do like a little, just let you guys join, but I don't know. We can do whatever works for y'all.
We're longtime buds. We don't.
Yeah. We'll figure it all out in post-production.
This time, if we don't say our names, it's like actually okay.
Yeah, that's right. I know you guys now. Ben's coming. I just texted him. He said he's joining.
Yeah.
All right.
Word. Oh, you know what? I just got a notification that my pizza's here.
Go get it, man.
That's
y'all,
important.
yeah, you guys hold it down without me.
I can't wait to watch him eat the whole pizza during this interview.
Yeah. I think we should have like a number up over his.
I was just
what
about
slice
to
he's
say
on.
we should have a pizza counter for him. If you know
What's up,
us, it's
Ben?
not shame.
Ben.
Hey,
1 second.
Okay.
Quick question: are you guys in the same place, or have you guys moved out?
No, we're not in the same place right now. But
Okay.
Are you still in Minnesota, either of you?
no, but I'm heading back. When am I heading back? On December 16th, I think. So I'm going to be back to Minnesota for like Christmas and stuff like that, and I'll be there through the New Year's. So I'll be back for a little bit.
Okay. You don't have like free agent meetings with the wind chill or anything, right?
I mean, Feldman, who's the owner of the wind chill, has been trying to get together with my agent, but we're kind of stonewalling them right now.
Mm.
do you actually have an agent?
No.
Oh my god.
Joe, I'm not gonna lie, that was the
I
dumbest
actually
question.
I have a deal with Connor Klein, big deal maker,
Wow.
where he helped me negotiate to get some more money in favor of I buy canes whenever we go to Raising Canes together. So
Nice.
That's a great deal.
he is more of a consultant.
That's amazing. I literally had canes for dinner yesterday. We can cut this, but
No, we're not cutting it.
it gives my girlfriend like stomach problems, so we never go, like ever. And I like put my foot down. I was like, I need canes today. Like I was starving. So yeah, got a little tiff about that. We definitely need to edit that out. She doesn't listen to this anyway.
All right, everyone take turns talking about the last fight you had with your girlfriend.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Oh, my girlfriend and I broke up last weekend.
It's been a bad fight.
Sorry to hear that.
It's all good. Now I can focus on my podcast.
And your frisbee career.
Right.
Of course. Yeah, we unless anyone wants to chime in on their last altercation with their significant other. I don't know where y'all started or where we're at. Did we have like news to announce, or I don't know where we were.
We've just been shooting the shit, talking about canes and stomach problems for.
Okay.
Oh, we did have we had a quick piece of news. Speaking of agents, we just heard from our good friend Ever Shapiro's agent that he officially re-signed with the Los Angeles Aviators for a 2-year $100 contract. So congrats to Ever.
per game, $100 per game. That's pretty
No,
good.
sir.
$100
Absolutely
over
not.
2 years.
Yeah,
Oh, that's less good.
Yeah. So tell
We're really-
Matt
we're really
Stevens
proud
to
of
get
him.
him out to New York. The price is low.
Wait. So just to be clear, so you said it's 2 years, $100,
Yeah.
which is the exact same as his
Yeah,
rookie
that's-
contract.
That's what he got paid this year, just for 2 more years.
I told Everest I could be his agent. He didn't
I
take
think
me
I
up
thought there
on
was
it.
a rule. I thought
Guaranteed?
there was a rule in the AUDL. You have to get paid like at least $25 a game for everybody. But Ben, do you know if that's true?
I thought that was a rule too, but evidently it's not. I don't know. We need a collective
They-
bargaining agreement. Unionize.
Yeah, we need to unionize.
For real.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
what Everest
I want
Whatever-
my money from that AUDL gain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Boy.
we're in. We got the game.
Oh man.
We have tried to play.
I've heard
It's,
some interesting reviews.
Has anyone on here played it yet? Because I don't have a
turned it
computer that's
on or
capable.
actually played it.
Well, my computers are not capable of playing it, so I haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
same.
For
But I'm gonna
getting the
keep
menu,
trying.
getting the menu going might be a hard part of actually getting in to play the game. So
Oh,
that might not be great for playability.
gotcha.
We'll see. It's in early stages, so
Yeah. It's still beta. It's still beta.
I'm
Just like
very excited to someday play it, despite just having bought it.
Word. Yeah, I don't know. I think I need to get Steam or something. I know I have a Steam account and I bought like Portal once and played it for like an hour. So
How much does that game cost? Is it like $50?
the UDL game.
Yeah, not Portal.
Portal was like
Yeah, I don't know about
$10.
Portal.
It was
Like
30
$10.
for
$30,
yeah.
for just this beta.
Got it.
I don't know how much it'll be when it's actually out.
Can we stream it? Like, can we like
Yeah,
are we allowed
they
to?
said we're allowed to.
Well, we're allowed to, but I wouldn't suggest it unless your computer works with it.
Right.
Okay, because it looks like dog shit. Is that what you're saying?
It's just like unplayable. Like my computer wouldn't work with it. It didn't have the right graphics, so I like just couldn't play.
That's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah,
That's
you
not
need
what
that.
you want to hear.
390 Ti to run the AUDL game.
Yeah.
Get that
Yeah,
next
they
gen
said-
graphics.
They said all those like computer stats, like I would have any idea what that
Yeah.
means. I was just like, maybe I have that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know. All right, should we jump into our first topic that we want to talk about?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Eating slop, Benny, by the way. Yeah, nice.
I
Well,
love slop.
Little slop. Love that.
first in our Google Doc of topics to ask you both about, we want to know how the off season is going and if the Empire have made any notable moves or if there was any tampering during the season that you guys have done to improve the team at all. How's it going for you guys?
Want to go first, Ben?
Sure. I will say to prep for this, I got back from work today and watched a few episodes of The Shop with LeBron James. So
Nice.
I'm prepared for all the small talk. We don't need to talk about frisbee all the time, fellas.
All right.
I'm
Sounds
kidding.
good.
We're not that
anyway, it's going
interesting,
well.
Ben. We're not that interesting.
I know. I wish I was that interesting, but we got to give the people what they want. It's been going well. I went home for a couple weeks since Nationals. Ryan and I were both talking about how it just feels like we're both just really burnt out. I hadn't practiced with Pony all year or for a full year until this year. In years prior, I had just taken time off until the AUDL season is over, and then I go play Pony after that. But this year with Worlds and everything, I did both all year. So it felt like a longer year than I was used to like have become accustomed to. So yeah, it's been nice just not feeling burnt out. I've played some mini here and there, which is really fun, a little Colty here and there, which it's fun to remember that Frisbee's enjoyable, and being able to enjoy it is a huge step in the right direction of remembering, why I actually do this, it's good to remind myself of that.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like I was feeling so exhausted after the club season this year, just really needed to get my mind off of Frisbee. So I haven't played a ton since. I played a couple times mini back home. I played with Ben a couple times back in Minnesota. That was actually a lot of fun. I always loved going back to Minnesota and playing with all those guys because I, grew up playing with a lot of them, and they're a lot of my good friends from back home. So it's always a good time to see them. So that like Ben said, just having fun for the first time is just, or not the first time, but like in a while playing was nice, and not like low stress, just messing around with the boys. Like that was great. And then just
neglects to mention that he was signing people's cleats when we were back playing mini. He's returned a star.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, but yeah.
Ben, were you not asked to sign any cleats?
I was forced to sign some cleats.
Okay.
The kid wanted Ryan to sign his left cleat and then also sign his right cleat, and instead one of my friends cajoled the person getting his cleat signed
I said
bully.
I said have Ben sign the other one, not me. I said that's
yeah,
weird.
but Couch bullied him into doing it, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Bullied you into doing that. Whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I really wanted to sign both, but then yeah. Yeah, it was just fun to see a lot of those guys. And me and Ben both went to the University of Minnesota, so seeing a lot of those guys who are in the program now is just always a fun thing to do. And it was just fun hanging out with the guys that I'm friends with from back home a lot. Like Josh Klain, who's in the league, Jason Cheetah, a couple other guys. Ben, we were over at Ben's house. His family, you can tell this Ben too, but his mom they have a dog and they had a litter of pups, so that was really fun to see all them. And we hung out in the hot tub, and so we had a good time back home. Yeah. So that's been nice. But off season, like Ben, have you been doing anything? I've been hitting the gym. I'm on that gym life now.
I've been watching The Last Dance and, thinking about how cool it would be to really work harder than everyone else. And now I'm eating 2 bowls of slop for dinner tonight. Not really doing
You'll start
anything.
working eventually. It's fine.
Yeah.
Ben,
the other highlight? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, Ben, you were talking about like Frisbee, like being fun and stuff. And like for us, like we don't play club or AUDL yet, but like we play a lot of pickup. Have you guys been like getting into pickup in the last month or so? Or is that just like you need a break from Frisbee?
That's a good question. I think I have needed a bit of a break from playing to get better. When we were back and Ryan said we played a couple games to pick up, sort of informal. It was really fun. It certainly wasn't the highest level ultimate I've played, which I was a little bummed at first. And then I had to realize like, it's fun to just like run around and like shoot the breeze with my friends and hang out and just enjoy being with a group of people who really like playing ultimate again. There was probably like 60 or 70 people there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That just wanted to play. Yeah. And it wasn't what I was accustomed to, because in years prior we have gone back and organized some mini, and it's like literally like 10 of us and we're playing like 3-on-3, just running ragged. So I've been playing a little bit, but it's been, like I said, it was fun to get back into the swing of just enjoying it and kind of running around, but not getting too far out of shape and having a good time with it.
For sure.
Word.
You were going to say something, Ryan? Oh, sorry. Go on, Andrew.
I can't remember what I was going to say.
Well, something I kind of wanted to ask, this is a little bit shifting the topic, but I'm on like, I worked like really late today, so my brain's not totally working, but we acknowledged the MVP in the house, the new addition to the whatever y'all's household is, the MVP club. So I guess I was just kind of wondering, like, going into this season, is that something that was even really on your radar, Ryan? Like, are you like, oh, like I'm gonna work hard and that's like a goal that I have, or did you just go and ball out and you're like, I guess I'm having an MVP season, and then it just kind of like, happen? And how are you kind of like, what emotions are you feeling from winning an award like that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wasn't going into the season hoping to win. I was actually kind of hoping to play more like conservative and better ultimate. My my motivation stemmed from losing in the finals. That was it basically, and not wanting to do that again. So I just was trying to scrutinize, like, what can I do better? How can I be more efficient in what I do? And from that, I just like ended up having a good season because I think I was just a little bit more conservative. Tried to just take the shots that were best for me, and had a lot of really, really good teammates around me. So that was the main thing. And then going into next season, like, I mean, I'm fully expecting to not win it. I mean, it's basically impossible to win it twice in a row unless you're Ben, I guess. But I'm not gunning for it. I don't want to even be in contention for it. I think it's like having that, like, if that was my goal, there'd just be like weird pressure. Like it's not about that. It's about winning games. It's way more fun to win a championship with your teammates than it is to win some sort of individual award. I'm sure Ben can attest to that. And winning the award's nice and all, but if I would have won that award and we lost the championship, like, I would be very unsatisfied.
Yeah.
That is such an athlete like answer. I love that. I guess again to pivot even further, it just occurred to me. You spent a good portion of your summer with the Williams household. Do you have any highlights from when you were crashing at their pad this summer?
Yeah, I mean, it was just so funny to like, my living situation was Jack's sister, his brother-in-law, there were 2 kids, their dog. Jack was obviously there, and his girlfriend Shayna. So there was like, it was like, and they would joke that it was like, this is literally Full House, and like everyone like had a character. But I think probably the biggest highlight of the whole time I was down there was literally playing beach league with Jack's sister. We were like a duo together in this beach league, and we just had so much fun. We ended up losing in the finals to Brett Madzuka's team, which was pretty sad because because Brett's like a god at beach apparently, and so we were trying to take him down, but we couldn't do it. So that was a lot of fun, and just like the fact that they had like this massive field in their backyard, it was just great to go out and like throw and hang around. And me and Jack we would be done with work and we'd go outside and just like film stupid trick shot videos and all this random stuff. So it just like feels like it was just like I was like a kid again, and I had like parents looking after me and stuff like that. And it was just me and Jack being clowns. So
Staying up late.
yeah,
The summertime.
Yeah, pretty much. It was just pretty fun.
You just talked about how after last season you kind of looked inward and try to figure out how you could be more efficient, and you wanted to pivot to try to be a little bit more conservative. And I'm wondering for both of you if like that sort of thing is something you've already thought about going towards next season, and like if looking back at last season you've noticed things about your game that you're trying to actively change next year.
Yeah, this is actually something that I think dovetails nicely into a thought Ryan and I have had and talked about pretty extensively of what makes us better than, folks who are as athletic as us or more athletic than us and have played Frisbee as long or longer than us. And I think at least what I've arrived on is that we just are always trying to improve, and like any little thing that isn't perfect, we're striving for perfection, and so we're trying to gun for being as good as we can. So I'm sure Ryan has already thought about it. I know a few things that I want to improve on this year. I want to be better in the handler space. I want to be able to break the mark with a round better. I want to be able to cut more dynamically downfield. I think as everyone gets older, they see that their athletic career is coming to an end, but not necessarily the dominance of being like a contributor to the team. So I imagine it's probably easy for Ryan to say, but I think all the best players in the world are, a few of them are just way more gifted than everyone else, but to get to the, top whatever percentile of a sport, I think you have to be super, super conscientious to improve every last little bit of your game. So yeah, those are a few of the things that I want to do, but I think that's an interesting question that I haven't fully found the answer to, but that's my best guess right now, is that everyone who's as good as they are at, or like, world class at something, is constantly looking for small improvements.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. You always got, basically, I think I'm just like neurotic, and I'm just like very unsatisfied if I make any mistakes or I don't do anything perfectly. And it's a horrible existence and I'm anxious all the time and I hate myself anytime I make a mistake, but that's what makes me good at Frisbee, I guess, is just that level of self-hatred. Ben can attest to that. Oh my God. But
yeah, I gave
yeah.
him the worst pep talk ever before championship weekend. I was like, yeah, well, you might play bad, you might play great. We've all played bad before, but you know, it's not the end of the world if you play horribly and lose a championship.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
Ben,
verbatim. And I was like, Ben, that was the worst pep talk I've ever heard in my life. That was so funny. But for me, like, Ben, what you said was like, oh, you know, we're getting old, like we're past our athletic prime. Fuck that. Like, that's why I've been working out so hardcore. Like, the main thing I'm focusing on for next year is be more athletic next year. So that's the easiest thing for me in the off season to kind of like envision. And I like to stay busy and I like to do things. So you can't play pickup every day and it's not the same high level type of stuff. So just getting in the gym and like doing lifts and stuff like that has been pretty satisfying for me thus far.
Everyone
What do you
wants
think
they don't have.
motivates
I
you?
want better throws, better, you know, around the disc. Ryan wants to be more athletic and
I want
downfield.
to be 6'7".
The grass is always greener.
Yeah.
Ryan, what do you think's motivating you more to like go repeat AUDL championship or go win a club title or something like that?
Honestly, what's motivated me is beating Truck / the Breeze. Because I mean, that's what the last taste in my mouth is, like losing to them in club at least. And they were sick. Like, they were super good. They almost beat us in AUDL as well. Like, they're nasty. So like they were the second best team in the league last year for sure. So like it doesn't feel like we have, like, to me at least, and I think this is a good thing, it doesn't feel like we have some like dynasty. We're like definitely gonna win. It's like they were 1 point away from us. They beat Pony, who Ben played for, and Rank, who I played for. So like they got the target on their back right now, I feel like, a little bit. So that's what's motivating me right now. Is I know Rowan's doing some crazy shit, like working on weird throws, trying to beat us. So I'm trying to counteract that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. They beat Ring 3 times throughout the year in the last like 2 major tournaments of the year, and they beat us at Pro Champs Championship and then in national semifinals. So, and like I said, I was just watching Last Dance with MJ, and I'm reminded of how they were like the little brother trying to beat the Pistons. And then once they finally broke through, they were able to win, 6 championships in 7 years, and MJ won 6 in a row. But I'm just thinking, like, I don't want to be the Pistons, the DC's Bulls. I want to be the Bulls. I want to keep everyone else out. And we know that DC's gone in for it, and we know that they're, likely think they could have won last year. And I think every reasonable Frisbee fan who follows AUDL probably understands the same thing. Like, if they had gone past us, there's a good chance they would have had a real shot at the title at championship weekend. So I think that's also motivating to me too, not to steal some of Ryan's thunder, but that's focuses on DC and just becoming the best team that we can.
It's fun to have a rival, and like a lot of those guys, we know a lot of them, we like a lot of them. It's just they're a fun team to compete against for sure. Daryl, we like Daryl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting that you mentioned like watching Last Dance and like thinking about how maybe you relate to that, because prior to championship weekend, I think it was Ryan who drew the comparison, like the exact same comparison of y'all to the Bulls. And I do think it's pretty apt, but yeah, I mean, just go out. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a solid comparison. I think, like, as fans, we kind of look at the Empire. I mean, you're literally called the Empire. Like, what's like, I feel like if you continue kind of going in the direction you're going, I definitely see more of a Bulls scenario playing out there. Hopefully, like, if someone brings you a pizza before a game, like, probably say no. I don't know how we feel on the validity of that story as well, but maybe best to stay out of the way of that pizza. But
Ben, did you know what your plus minus was of last season?
No,
69. Was it 69?
Yeah. It was.
Oh, let's go.
So did you look that up, or did you?
I didn't look it up. I mean, why else would he say that? I mean,
that's true. That's true.
That's funny. That's great.
Solid.
I was thinking about, with the World Cup going on, I was thinking about changing my number to number 9 as like a pure striker. My girlfriend pointed out you should be 20 next year. so that you could be 4, 20, and 69.
Hey.
my God.
That's great.
We'll
if you
see.
if you
That's
change to
brilliant.
9, that was both Sam and my number in college.
Yeah, there you
Pure
go.
So-
strikers over there.
Uh-huh.
Pure strikers.
Heck yeah, love to hear that.
Nice.
So you guys watching the games tomorrow?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah, World Cup and
I've zoned
sorry,
out
go
of
on.
the World Cup. I tuned in to the Iran US game, and I was like, oh, like soccer, like I'm into this. So, you know, World Cup, that's cool. But then like the flopping was like so out of control. I was like, I can't. Like all they were doing was they would try to get by the goal and then flop for a PK and then like complain. I was mostly Iran. The US wasn't really doing that shit, but I was like, I don't know. I wasn't crazy about it, but they also, I guess,
Where's
weren't
the
best
spirit
team
of the
there.
game, you know?
Right.
I like where they eat burgers and advertise for beer and trucks. I like sports like that.
Yeah, I was like, well, where's the like, yeah, where's the Carl's Jr. ad right now? This isn't a real sport. Speaking of being a real sport, we kind of glossed over this, but y'all played at the halftime show for both the Giants game and the Vikings game. What was that like? Like hearing like a roar of a crowd? Did it feel different than like an AUDL game, or like I
So-
don't know?
I don't think, Ben, you weren't at the Giants one, right?
Yeah, I mean, small footnote. Neither of us were at the Giants when we were both back in
Okay,
Minnesota,
well-
but the Empire did play.
Yeah.
So you're not too far off. We just happened to be home and didn't end up flying back for it. But yeah, the Vikings game was super fun. It's sort of, you know, a mix between like really fun and a lot of effort for it. It's a really cool experience to do the whole thing in front of all those fans, but it's also like you go up and you get there, you leave halfway through the first quarter to make sure you're down where you're supposed to be at the end of the first quarter, and then sit the whole second quarter in the halftime like warm up area, and then you go out and play like 6 minutes of like technically bad ultimate, where they're like, okay, we're all gonna throw backhands, and everyone force backhands and kind of 45-degree marks. We don't want, you know, too much, and we're just gonna huck it because we want to give the fans a show. Which is good for me and Ryan because we like throwing it long and catching long balls, but it's not like fun to play as much as I would have appreciated. I think maybe a couple mini games would have been more enjoyable to watch or for me to play in for that amount of time. But the fans are definitely great. You could see yourself getting used to it for sure. You release a huck and it's just like the crowd kind of goes swells and then crescendos when you catch it. It's cool.
It is cool.
Go
It's
on.
definitely cool. But I was just gonna say, like, I remember so I did the Vikings game in 2017. And I remember my heart was like pumping. Like I was like adrenaline, like this is insane. There's so many people here. But this time around, I was just like, I just feel like it was just not that scary. It was just like kind of chill, honestly, because it's just like, there's no, like you're expected to turn it over. I feel like I've just been traumatized from just like stressful moments in games where like this kind of thing where there's no stress. It was just like very low key and kind of just like chill and fun. But like Ben said, just like hearing the crowd roar when you do anything it's pretty surreal. I always equate it to like being in the movie Gladiator and like just, you know, it's just like seriously a wall of people all around you and just like it's truly unreal. There's like
That's
not many
nuts.
experiences like that.
Does it feel like kind of abstract almost, like to a point where it's like there's so many people here
Oh, yeah.
that they're just reduced to just like a murmur and
A
like a
blob.
noise?
Yeah,
and
totally,
you're
for
not
sure.
like,
Yeah, it's like it doesn't feel any different than playing at like for me at like whatever, like championship weekend Madison, which probably had like 1,000 or like 2,000. There was like 60,000 people there, but it doesn't really feel any different other than like the noise and the loudness of it. But they all kind of just seem like one thing.
right.
Yeah, I think the noise is really cool though. When even at championship weekend, you can kind of hear like individual voices, but
Yeah.
when you're playing on a field, you know, there's people who are like 200 yards away up far in the stands, and you just can't hear them at all. And the closest people when you're at the middle of the field are probably like, you know, 50, 60 yards away. So you can't hear any voices like distinctly. Especially when they're drowned out by another 40,000, 50,000 fans or whatever. So it is pretty weird to feel that like, you know, like the swelling and contracting of sound in
Oh,
like
the best
gaps
part,
and stuff.
the best part for me was like at the end, Ben, you were holding a disc. I was like, give me that. And I like grabbed it from you. And like, you know, you go to throw it into the stands and you see like literally 1,000 people all stand up to like catch a disc you're gonna throw at them. That was sick. That was really cool to just like see the power you had in that moment.
Oh man,
I know.
the rush.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said
That's
to
funny.
Ryan early on, it's like if I were a gladiator or, you know, forced into that and there was that many people cheering my name to cut somebody's head off, I'd do it. Unfortunately, you know, but I'm only human.
Yeah,
Hey, we
unfortunately,
appreciate
we'll probably have to clip that.
we appreciate the
Fair
honesty. We're an honest podcast. We appreciate that. Did they let you like go anywhere near like the players, the locker room, or they're like, no, like you're not going near the Vikings players, or like
Like a few of the players like coming out to warm up as we were wrapping up, and I don't know, they're only human too. We sort of venerate them in a strange way, but when you're down on the field, it's like they kind of think about it the same way Ryan and I probably think about it at this point, where it's like I didn't have any nerves, I didn't really care, you know, it didn't mean anything. They probably cared more than we did, honestly, just because it means something for their careers. But for me, it's just like, okay, this is like about as much fun as you can have with low stakes anything.
There were some cool moments. I didn't really notice this time. I think there were probably some players looking on the field, but when I did in 2017, I think it was like the kicker of the Vikings was kind of like Ben said, warming up on the sideline, and like some throw went up and he watched it and like it happened. He was like cheering, he was excited. So that was a cool moment. But I mean, that was like 5 years ago now at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny though too. You see the kickers and you're like, oh, these dudes are humongous.
yeah.
That's
You
another
show
thing.
up on
You
the
know,
field next to you,
when
and
you,
you're like,
oh my gosh,
wow.
when we're in the tunnel, like looking out onto the field, like as the second quarter was wrapping up, and these dudes are like, they're not human. They're mad. Every single guy, it just like, it seems just nuts. And it's like partly the pads and things like that, but they all look like they're Ben's height, but then like twice as much as he weighs. So it's kind of
I mean,
crazy.
Justin Jefferson is like a slender dude, but his arms are huge. Like, you know, he has massive arms and super athletic. Like that would be fun if we had the resources those dudes have. I just spend all day lifting, eating
get
creatine
jacked.
by the plateful.
Word.
Well, I think that's a good transition of games that don't have an impact on any type of standings to take us to the All-Star game. How did you guys feel about it? What were your opinions on the rule changes?
Yeah, just talk about your experience. Like, how was it?
You go first, Ryan.
Okay. It was super fun. I had a blast. Like, obviously we can say that because we won by 20, but so it was great for us. It was amazing. And it was just super fun to, like, you know, we've been playing for a long time. Like, a lot of these guys have known them for forever and never have gotten to play with them on a team. So it is fun to, you know, somewhat humanize these people that you're competitive with for years on end, and get to know them and hang out with them. So that was a ton of fun. I got to meet a lot of guys that, you know, I'd only known barely, and got to know them a little bit better. So that was a ton of fun. And just like appreciate people's skills. Like, some people are just very good at certain things, and in general, very good. So it was like super fun to get to play with them as opposed to having to, like, you know, game plan against them. And as far as the rules go, like, the 2-point rule broke, like, it breaks the game. I think there's maybe some tweaks you can do to make it different in a way that maybe it would be viable. But yeah, that was the rule that, like I don't know, you guys maybe watched, maybe didn't watch, but that's the rule that, like, we weren't even playing real ultimate. It was just like, you know, get it back and huck it as far as you can, and we just kept skying everyone. So I mean, it was fine. But the other rules, I think the half court violation thing is pretty sick, and I really like that one a lot.
Yeah.
We got a couple turns doing it, and it was just like a fun little strategic tweak. It doesn't, like, change too much, but there was a couple of cool defensive, like, tactics we tried. Like, you kind of bait the other team to go past, and then you set a double team immediately, and it's like as if they're at the back of the end zone. So that was cool. 5-second stall, I think, was fine for the All-Star game, but I think in general it'd be too fast. I think in the All-Star game it was basically not noticeable, but I also think that's just because the defense wasn't super intense. Like, it was an All-Star game. No one's really going as hard as they possibly can on defense, really. And mainly people were just trying to back people so they didn't get double team scored on. And then what was the other rule? Do you remember anyone?
Pulling.
Oh, pulling. Yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't see why that can't be a rule. It just made defense a little bit easier, which I think is fine.
Yeah, we talked about the polling being like it kind of made like people that are actually really good at polling like obsolete because now anybody can just huck it to the back corner.
Absolute.
Yeah, that's a word, right?
Absolutely
Obsolete.
obsolete. Yeah.
Obsolete. I'm known for my grammar here on Ringer though. But yeah, so I don't know. I think that's the rule I didn't like, and then the 2-point rule. But I think the 50-yard line or half court rule, I think that's something that could be in play in the future because that was very exciting.
I just think that like if they do move the line of pulling up, like people will get very good at abusing that in some way. Like it'll be a skill in and of itself. Like pulling isn't just about throwing it, X amount of yards. It's like how long you keep it in the air, blah, blah, blah. So I can like, if you could pinpoint it like a blade right in the back corner, like that's a skill. So I think that like, as people did it more, there would be people who were elite at it and would become like known as like, oh my gosh, they can just like put it anywhere. They can, float it for forever, etc. So I'm fine with it, honestly. I think for the showcase game, yes, like it like diminish some people's like thing they've been working on for 10 years, and that sucks, but they can figure out how to do it from 10 years closer.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ryan, as a puller myself, I really thought that rule was a good one. I think the variety of pulls right now are you roll it out of bounds 50-yard line, or you pull it as high and hard as you can and you get it to maybe the end zone line. If you're lucky, probably dead center, unless there's like a really specific wind that you can pull it inside out and get it to helix and float down on close-ish to a sideline. But even still, they're probably going to center it and probably going to end up with it on the 10-yard line, ready to advance the disc. And I think being able to have somebody who's like really good at, like Ryan was saying, either like floating it high and helixing it down so it lands in the corner end zone, it would be huge. Or just like at the All-Star game, I started just pulling blades that would almost always roll out because nobody wanted to catch a straight blade, and it's off to the sideline or close-ish to the sideline, which again makes defense easier, which is something I think we need in the AUDL, where the offense is hugely advantaged. So if anything we can do to give the defense, throw them a bone, is probably valuable and will make the games a little more, manageable and fun for teams that aren't as good, because you might not have the greatest offenders, but if you can get a turn on the goal line of the opposing team and score, or get a Callahan, that's huge. And you don't have to be super skilled to do that necessarily, but you have to, have decently strict defense or decently good defense that would make it, more manageable and viable to, I think, balance the game a little bit. Because right now it's super, super stacked in offense's favor.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, speaking of stacked, like that 2-pointer, I was a big like fan of the idea early on in the season, but then I think it became clear that like y'all just like mopped the other team, like it wasn't even close. And I mean, obviously, Ben, I can see how maybe you would like to keep it for some reason, obvious reasons, but I still think the game could use like some kind of comeback mechanic. But like, I think the 2-pointer, like on paper, maybe could have worked that way, but it like obviously worked the opposite. But I don't know if y'all like have any thoughts on that. Like, does there need to be some way to like make it close or like make up the gap? Because sometimes if I see like a 4-point lead, I'm just like that it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, that point about the 2-pointer being intriguing is good, but like you, I was intrigued, and then you realize like, oh, it's just going to make good teams better and bad teams worse. Of course, if I was trying to just win every game, I would say I want the 2-pointer because I'm good, but it's not good for the longevity of the league, and I want the league to be successful in the long run. So if I end up having to go against somebody who's 6'9" at some point, and then they're going to win just because they have bigger dudes, and it's not fun. So instead of making good teams better or making bad teams quicker to come back, it just made good teams better and bad teams worse, I think. So it would just make us, Empire or, Raleigh just blow teams out, which is not good. I think my leading candidate for comeback mechanic would be Callahan, you get the point and then you get pulled too, sort of like a safety. And then I think this was a rule in the MLU, and then another rule that they kind of piggyback off each other is you get if you take a timeout after you score, you get to pull from half field. So you could kind of like snowball a couple of those. With the pull moved up a little bit, you could blade it into the corner and like have it roll out at the corner, and then you take it from there, get a Callahan, you get pulled to, call a timeout, pull from even further up at half field, and try to stack that 3 times. And if you get somebody in a bit of a tizzy, it might be easy to rattle off a break and then a Callahan and then another Callahan because you call a timeout. That's what I think would be a reasonable way, but I'm not sure the league is going to spring for that because of a variety of reasons, but we'll see.
I also think another thing about the 2-pointer is that even if they did do it, like teams would just play zone or like would allow you to just work it up past the half. I think that kind of a rule just will never work because teams will just scheme against it, and then the game's going to become even more boring because everyone's going to just do everything in their power to like stop that from happening. So no one will ever be able to do it effectively unless you're just like straight up throwing jump balls. I know some people threw out the idea of like having like specific areas, like so not just like a line, but like like a little square. If you throw it from here, you get 2 points, whatever, or even pushing it back further, whatever. I don't know. I don't really buy any of those. But I also I don't have any other ideas really about.
The
one thing I've heard is maybe having like a little corner of the end zone where you have to catch it in for that to be like it, and you just like put it in the back corner and you say, if you can throw it to the back corner, which is higher risk, then you can.
It's like skee ball where you got you know what I mean. and it'd be funny too if like somehow they could project on like with augmented reality, like it would change every point, like, oh, here it is, like this point, now it's over here, so like keep it interesting. That'd be cool.
We're all playing with glasses on.
Yeah. Playing in the metaverse.
Zuckerberg machines on our faces.
We got to get Marquez to put in a word to his buddy Mr. Zuck there to maybe get that going. Actually that was I went in a rabbit hole of like some of his reviews because I just googled like headphones. I'm like, what do I want for Christmas? And I like his videos just came up and I was like, so I'm watching this. And I watched his like augmented reality video and I was like, he mentioned that Facebook is just buying up like startups. If they're VR, they're just buying them. They want to be like the VR people. And so they gave me the idea of like our new angle as a not real company. We just pivot to like virtual reality. We get bought up by Meta. That's the new like angle. So I don't know if y'all.
The angle is you just pivot to virtual reality podcasting or virtual reality.
Well, actually,
the ring of the virtual reality LLC.
we have a prototype in the works here. I'll
demo it.
Wow.
Do a little demo.
Exclusive.
VR reveal.
Exclusive.
So,
oh my god.
So if this like hits the market, I think it would be the lightest out there. And I don't know like where y'all are at financially, but we're looking for investors. And you're definitely welcome to hop on.
We got to talk to their agents.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. It'll be big.
It may not help you guys since you actually are on the pod, but it'll help all the other people out there who aren't on the pod. They can, watch it as if they're here with us talking,
Oh, almost like a screen. I got it. Wow.
Smart.
Also speaking of Marquez, he interacted with our Twitter for the first time ever today.
Well, no, he's liked one of our tweets before.
Oh, you're right, because he took that picture at All-Star Weekend,
at
right?
Championship
weekend. Yeah.
What a rush.
I asked Marquez to take a picture of me instead of taking a picture with him because I thought that was more creative.
Nice.
So funny.
Guys, big news. I found out that I was on Marquez's close friends list.
Hey, so was I.
He might remove me from it here after.
Wow.
He does not watch this podcast. He's never gonna know.
Yeah, that's what I want to know is like when he responded, because I asked like a specific like tech question and I was like, holy shit, I can't believe he responded. But like I was like, does he know like that we've had as teammates on the podcast. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah,
Probably
we
not.
met him. We
talked to him for a little bit.
Nunez
at the,
says that like you guys have like talked about it at an Empire practice or something.
Yeah, we have. I'm sure he knows about it.
and at the championship party, we talked to
Yeah.
Marquez for a little bit.
Okay, word. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's sick.
And
Separately,
we did not give him the present that we bought him because we thought that might make him hate us.
Yeah.
What was
the
it?
present?
Yeah.
It was a little USB vacuum to vacuum your keyboard.
That would have been so funny. You would have loved that.
We just, I
Wait,
think
so
we were
you
like
bought
friends
it?
with
Did you
him.
return it?
No, it was from
No, it's
CVS.
a
It was like $5. So we just ate.
Yeah, because we
ate the
brought
loss.
the beans for John Randolph, and we brought a loaf of bread for Nunez.
And the candle MVP award.
Yeah,
Of
which I
course,
have.
the candle.
Which I've been burning. It's nice.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, so we got him a little USB vacuum, which we were too scared to give him.
I still have it though. I'll try again another time.
Anyway, we talked All-Star game stuff. Is there
Yeah,
anything else you
wait.
wanted to do?
Before we transition, I want to know who your favorite players to play with that were not from Empire. Who'd you like to play with? And this is also
JP Burns
a little
was
bit
pretty
tampering.
tight to play against.
Yeah.
He was
JP
we
Burns,
hung out with him a
we
little
talked
bit. He was
about
a
this.
fun
Yeah.
dude.
We're like, yeah, he might take the crown for dudes we like the most from people we didn't actually know that well. He was sick. We like
Sean
JP Burns
Mott
a
is-
lot. Also,
Sean
Sean Mott
Mott.
is sick.
Also, I was out on Willie Stewart, but I'm back in on him after championship weekend. He's
Dude,
a fun
done.
dude.
Willie's like done playing Ultimate. He told me.
Yeah.
He's moving to Montana and he's just doing
He's
his
living in
Montana
Montana,
thing.
dude. He's been out there for a while.
Yeah, that's right. He's just been skiing and stuff. He's a
Yeah.
cool guy.
Quinn Finer
I
was
liked him a
also
lot.
tight. Quinn
Yeah.
Finer was cool. I roomed with him there, so he was a good dude.
Watching the All-Star game, I was very jealous of Max Shepard's game because every time he had the disc, he would just huck it like 80 yards.
Yeah, he had the green light.
Did anybody not have the green light during that game?
Yeah, basically,
Cam
if you wanted
Brock.
to throw it, Cam Brock. Yeah.
Hey, he's working on his throws.
Yeah. Lay off on the guy. He's working on it.
All right, next chunk of questions. Next topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we wanted to ask you guys about these player voted awards that just came out. We have a number of questions, but I think most of all, we're curious how you feel, Ben, about not being in the top 3 of best deep cutter.
I think I could not give any less of a shit about that. I think a lot of those awards are such big hoaxes, and especially
No,
those
man,
where
I won a lot.
Ryan got the best handler, best cutter, season second coming. Like Ryan got all the awards, well deserved. It's fine. The fact that I was not even best trash talker is absurd.
Wait, who got that?
Adam O'Donnell and Sean Mott were ahead of Ben here.
You guys should have been at our Toronto game. It would have. I would have been a shoot-in for best trash talker. I was ripping a new one up there.
Their coach was telling Ben to go fuck himself. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
We need like a
Damn.
media voted awards besides just the award episodes we had.
I know.
Yeah.
Then we'll
No,
let
it was-
everyone sell themselves to us, and we'll be like,
A lot of those awards, though, the way it's organized, guys, is there's like a drop-down menu. It's like a Google survey thing, and it's like a drop-down menu of like it says such and such list, and then you just pick the top 3, or maybe you just type them in. I don't even know. I don't remember exactly, but it's one of those 2 ways. And then so it's just people who are in like everyone's mind, and obviously Ryan was in everyone's mind. Jeff is the best deep cutter in the game, so like that's fine. Anyway, to be serious about it for a second, I don't care at all. I think a lot of those awards are fun to feel recognized by your peers and stuff, but for me it was like, I take comfort in the fact that I'm one of the most effective players in the game, and so I don't need people.
Let me translate
Ben.
whatever. Let me translate what Ben is saying here. I won 2 MVPs. Suck it.
I was gonna say, Ben, I think you won enough awards to know that you're good.
Well, even the MVP awards are only like 3 people vote on it, I think. So anyway,
wait, do you know?
MVP,
Do you know who votes on the actual MVP awards?
I think it's Lepler, Adam Lepler, and
Charlie
and,
Eisenhood does.
Oh, Charlie does.
Eisenhood
Okay.
gets
so it
a
might be
vote
like
for that?
5 people.
Okay, I feel like we as a collective could get a vote sometime.
Yeah,
Next year.
I don't think that's unreasonable.
I mean, Marquez is
Ryan,
liking your stuff. I mean, come on.
I know.
All right, let's hear your opinion
Ryan.
on the awards, Ryan.
Oh, I remember when in 2017 when I like got my first one in like Minnesota, I was like, this is sick. But like now it's nice. It's good to be recognized, whatever. But yeah, I'm a little jaded at this point, and I know it's like just a bunch of, I didn't vote. Like Ben, did you vote? I don't even know many people who did vote. Okay.
Who'd
Well, I
you
was
vote
just like everyone else.
who's
I
your
just
rookie of
voted
the
for
year?
you for everything.
Who's your rookie of the year pick?
Thanks, Ben.
Was it Everett Shapiro?
No, it's probably one of our rookies. Who's our best rookie? I don't know.
Bobby.
No, probably wasn't Mr. Shapiro. Yeah, it's probably someone like that. I don't know. But it's the same thing for me. I'm not saying I'm immune to the whole recency bias. It's just like whoever is around you. So you could tell there's so many Toronto dudes on that list. So probably everyone from Toronto voted.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Might be onto
Ryan,
something there.
you won the trifecta of MVPs with the actual AUDL MVP, the Players' Choice MVP, and our MVP.
Oh my God.
And so I want to know and think carefully which one was the most important to you. And remember, first of all, that we voted for you for MVP before we even met you, right? And the AUDL, they knew who you were before voting for you.
This is a very easy answer. Like you guys
also,
are.
I will say you only got a gift and as an award from one of these organizations.
Yeah, you still. I was gonna say that. Thanks, Ben.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, easily you guys, because you guys have no bias in this. You guys are also just like outside observers. You're not like these like guys who think they're like steeped in the numbers and they're like, oh, we know the league so well. You guys are just like, you see it, face value. Who played the best, and yeah. So I definitely got to go with you guys. I don't trust the analysts and the announcers, and I especially don't trust Charlie these days. You got to shut down Ultiworld, big Ultiworld, right? So yeah, don't like those guys. And then the Players' Choice, media. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the Ringer.
Wow, that was actually like a very real seeming answer for us. I was expecting a not very legitimate us answer there.
I'm a good actor.
And I lied about that anyway. So I see this question on here. I don't know which one of us wrote this, but it was about Jack Williams being snubbed for best social media, despite the fact that he posted a nude on his Instagram. But what I will say is that I think it was well deserved because Alex Davis's likes on Twitter are nuts.
It's nuts.
Yeah, and
elaborate. I don't know what's going on here.
So you're not on Twitter, right?
Correct.
So on Twitter, like you can go to someone's profile and see every single tweet they've liked, and Davis's likes are just out of this world.
Well, it's not even that. It's that like they show up in your feed. You don't even have to seek it out. Like they just pop up and it just shows you.
For tweets that you like, people you interact with, it'll just show the tweet and be like, Alex Davis liked this.
I see.
Yeah. All of his tweets, like it was right before we did like our like awards episode, like when we voted on your MVP. But we had like a handsome devil award, and he was one of the nominees and
the winner.
It was just kind of like I was thinking about who I was going to vote for, and then I'm on Twitter, and then he liked a tweet, and it was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna fuck it up. But it was something about squirting off of balconies, and you have I don't know. It was something like nuts.
It was like whoa. Hotel sex so good she's squirting off the balcony.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
And so I was like, he forced my hand. Like I have to vote for him for our handsome award. I mean that takes the cake right there.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't know who wrote our question about Jack Williams. Obviously the nude was tasteful. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know
When
if
was the
y'all saw
nude?
it,
This
but-
I want to get back to this.
Nah.
What was the nude?
It was like Jack hunched over, like eating a piece of like cake or something.
Oh,
you remember this
yeah,
picture?
Yeah,
You
I
sent us one?
remember that. Yeah, Shayna posted it and then he reposted it or something.
I
No,
think
I think
it's
he-
on his.
He like
I
did a
think he
photo
posted
jump or
it.
something. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's
It
like
was-
on the like 8th slide of like a thing.
Yeah,
Right.
it was like buried in there, but it's there.
So,
It's
wait,
there.
is that that's wild.
Jack, okay,
Sam,
here's
Sam,
the thing
Sam,
about
I just sent it. If you want to pull it up.
Yeah, let's get
God.
it.
Okay. Let's do it.
And
you guys
and-
want a
and-
little insider information about Jack's social media presence, though, is that his girlfriend literally does all of it for him.
Wow.
Wow.
Sorry
We
to
should
spill the
start. We
beans.
should start responding.
Jack, no.
Yep, there it is.
I mean,
Wow.
so I wanted to like turn this into like
Handsome
a
Jack.
I wanted to turn this into a meme format where it's like you like there's text on each shelf and it's like something getting progressively like more intense. I couldn't quite make it work, but like I definitely think there's potential.
Yeah,
We'll have to go
very
back to the
doable, I
lab.
think.
yeah.
I can't believe he posted this on his Instagram. Oh my God.
All right, so which AUDL
can we
player
shout
would
out-
you like to post nudes next? Is my question.
Well, somebody I think is getting pretty close to is Jordan Kerr, man. He's just Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Thirsty Boy
Oh.
over there. He just keeps going and going and going.
We've been discussing this in our group chat.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, go on. Let's hear
They
it. Let's
just-
get a glance behind the curtain, fellas.
The shorts they droop a little more each time. We're just waiting for when they cross the line, you know.
Yeah, maybe the crop top's coming up. He's just gonna start lifting his shirt. Who knows?
Oh yeah. There'll definitely like I'll get a text like in the middle of the day and I'll be like, new Jordan Kerr pick. Check his story. Like, this
Poor
one's
Jordan.
nuts.
Jordan, we like you. I'm sorry, we're roasting you right now.
Nah,
Do your thing,
no,
bro.
bro.
Do your
Honestly,
thing, bro.
these are all compliments, and I honestly feel like he could rock a crop top.
yeah.
No,
I
I
think
mean
the-
you're only allowed to do that if you have like an 8-pack of abs, which
Yeah.
he totally has. Like,
Yeah.
you know, let's be clear. No, it's well.
He's on
it's-
creatine. I was talking to him once, and he's like, "What?" I forget what he said. But I got him on the creatine trend, so he's definitely got an 8-pack these days.
We'll cut that.
All right. Well, speaking of social media, Ben, how are your puppies doing?
Oh, they're doing great. I'm not at home any longer in Minnesota, but I've been getting some pup dates from mom, and they're going. They're at the point where when they start nursing, they gotta need the milkers a little bit, and then after a while they start gulping. Right, their tails start wagging, and then once they finally start drinking, then their tails stop, and they're just all business on the nipples.
Oh, we've seen the nipples. Oh, we've seen them.
That's in the group chat too. It's like
Yeah,
group chat was-
after the Jordan
Yeah.
Kerr alert, it's
Yeah, one
you
of
want
my
to see dog titties, look at Ben Brown's Instagram story.
Yeah, if you're looking for nudes, look no further than Ben Yacht's dog. My friends
Yeah.
posted a reply to my story saying, "Not safe for work." Stop.
Man, they were talking about the real social media snub here.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want squirting off the balcony or do you want the dog titties? It's really, I guess, teach their own. You know, this year they swung one way. We'll see where they go next year.
Oh my God.
This is starting to bridge the gap
Phrasing.
into sin the field, man. You guys got to start doing a little more raunchy humor.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. We usually don't go that direction, but I don't know. It's
should.
off season.
It just gets
When
cut
in Rome.
normally. It just gets cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time you guys posted the interview, like it was like 12 hours afterwards. You're just like, upload it. I remember listening to it and be like, you guys didn't cut anything.
We cut
No,
the
we actually,
Oh,
we
man.
actually
The
bleeped,
blurred part
bleeped
was so
the
funny.
part.
Yeah.
Man, that was so
Yeah.
good, man. That was so funny.
Yeah. I remember hearing Ryan saying, I'm getting text saying, what was the bleeped part? What was Ryan saying in the bleeped part?
Yeah, that was so good. I got a lot of texts like, what did you say? What's the secret? That was good.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, that's definitely our most watched episode, and definitely the one that people will be like, I watched this. This was great. Or like this text from like random people who are like, I didn't know you had a podcast.
Nice. Yeah, what was y'all's rap? You tagged us both in one of the posts or something, but how many unique listens did you guys get for
Oh,
the end of the year stats?
great
Can we
question.
hear?
I think.
Let me see if I have it.
Yeah.
Don't get your hopes
Either-
up.
Yeah, either they didn't say
I'm
or
not
I
logged
just
into our
forgot
Spotify.
because it wasn't very high.
It was like 6 different countries.
We got 690
cool.
views on YouTube.
Okay.
No. On
690.
the one episode, right?
Yeah, on the one episode.
On that. Yeah.
On
Okay,
your
yeah.
episode.
So that's not bad at all.
No.
That's a lot of time wasted people watching it, you know?
Oh yeah,
For real.
That thing was like 2.5 hours.
I know.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my god, when we had y'all's coaches on, that one was like that was like 2.5 hours.
That was 2
Yeah.
hours.
That was a fun episode though.
It was
a good
amazing.
episode.
No, yeah, it was like, yeah, of course. Like I was like, we can't cut any of this. Like this is amazing. But I think what we're gonna try to do is like maybe break it up into 2 because it's also like less. We could just like release more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get more content out of it. That's smart.
It's all
Exactly.
about the content.
Did you guys watch our Jimmy Mickle documentary?
I can't say I
Unfortunately,
did.
I
One of
didn't
us,
do
one
it.
of them was.
I was like, one of you's in it.
It's probably you,
Which
Ben.
one
I
was
assume
it?
you're his
I
teammate.
shared something. I think it happened during nationals, which was a strategic decision by you, but surrounded by that much frisbee, I couldn't take in any more frisbee media. So I had
Dude,
to
for real.
refrain.
Since end of club, I've been like totally not paying attention at all to anything related to frisbee.
We take no offense because it is really stupid.
Yeah.
But if you get around to watching it, definitely let us know what you think because yeah, you get a little window into the way Sam's brain works, I think. So
Sam's brainchild there.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay,
all
to be
Sam's.
clear, it was my
It was
brainchild that
Joe's
Sam did
brainchild.
everything. It was my
parented.
idea, but
I
Sam did
brain-parented it.
literally everything. Sam did everything for it. It was I just came up with the idea.
Joe brain
Yeah.
birthed it, and Sam brain sent it to college and all that.
Gave
Yeah.
him education.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Very nice.
love that.
Also speaking of your coaches and snubs, they were not picked in best coaching staff, nor did they win the actual best coaching award this year.
Did they not?
No, it was I want to say like the soul.
The soul guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The soul.
I think it's
But
like
he
one of
is-
those things probably where they're like, the Empire, they have so many good players. Of course they would win.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my guess too. And I mean, the Soul have been historically extremely underperforming. They're not underperforming, but just, have maybe only made the playoffs once, but they had a real shot at being the representatives at championship weekend from the South. So I think it's probably not a bad choice. We had
Also,
a decent
voter
amount of
fatigue.
talent.
Voter fatigue of Empire people winning things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Just going down the list, being like, best defense, best offense, best player, best deep cutter.
That's looking.
But
Yeah,
the
I
first
know.
team-
All the
Third
awards.
best
Yeah.
trash talker.
Not even, third best trash talker. They can't take anymore. Give the coaches to somebody else. Pretty funny. Anyway, they'll be back. Probably.
Mhm.
Yeah, you got to double down.
Yeah.
Did we have any? That was kind of most of the stuff that we wanted to formally like ask about. I don't know if Ryan or Joe or Sam, if y'all had like any.
What's going on in your lives outside of frisbee? Let's get away from frisbee for a second. Anything?
I like that. I'm excited for the holidays because I did Thanksgiving, which is like my favorite holiday because the ratio of fun to expectations is very low. My family just does steak and salmon and potatoes for Thanksgiving, so I invited my girlfriend back for that, and that was a blast. But we're going to be doing Christmas with her family, so I'm really excited to get some quality time in with both families around, with her, and so that was a blast. I'm excited for that. Then I'm also excited for frisbee to kind of start ramping up in the way it does. You just get like more and more excited to play and kind of itchy to play, as much as I was fatigued from the whole season and burnt out. I'm excited to get back into the playing mentality, and then we'll start having like year, like tryouts or something, probably sometime in January or February, and then start moving on with that. So I'm kind of just savoring the holidays and then getting ready to have some Frisbee on the horizon pretty soon.
Nice.
I feel like
Way
you said it really quickly, but you said your Thanksgiving meal is steak and salmon.
Yeah, my family, I'm from a large family of boys, and we got sick of eating turkey for the rest of the week. So we said, Mom, we're going to throw a revolt, and we only want a meal that we'd actually enjoy eating, which
You
is
couldn't decide
pulled
on
pork
like
and
one of them.
Well, we like them both. Well, you know, if you're going to have a nice, like a high effort meal, might as well do something that you really enjoy. So
Yeah, wait, Joe, you
Get
gotta
'em
mix
both.
it up. You can't have just wait. You have like a
Well,
bowl
like
of meat
Never
I
heard of surf
totally,
and turf? Come on.
I totally get it. I just feel like Thanksgiving is like a turkey thing. It's not like a turkey and another meat thing. So if you're subbing it out, I just found it interesting to sub it out for two different meat. I to be
Dang.
clear, I think it's great. I'm not a turkey fanatic. I just found it interesting to sub it out for you know, it's not like, hey, we're gonna do this one different
So we
thing.
don't really
It's-
sub it out because we don't have all the other side dishes. We basically sub out the whole meal.
Mhm.
Thanksgiving to me traditionally is about all the side dishes. You have turkey, and then all the side dishes: green bean casserole, stuffing, cranberry sauce, whatever, potatoes, all that
Yeah.
stuff, mashed potatoes, and then we just do steak and salmon, and then some potatoes. That's it. So to me, it's different, but like it's less of a substitution of a protein. It's more a substitution of the entire
see,
meal.
I
But
see.
that's just my opinion.
That makes
I don't know.
sense.
I respect that. I had a very different Thanksgiving as well, where we just also said fuck it with the turkey. We just did like a crock pot, like slow roasted pork, and that shit was
Nice.
delicious. So anyway,
It's my whole thing. Eat a meal you enjoy.
right? Yeah, and it was like
It's
so much
about
easier
family.
too. Yeah, we
Yeah.
just threw that in the crock pot and then just left for like a few hours and came back and ate it. It was great.
Perfect.
But anyway, yeah, Ryan, what do you got look forward to outside of Frisbee?
I just want, I wanted
Yes.
to flag when you guys asked the question outside of Frisbee. Ben's immediate answer was, I'm looking forward to Frisbee for next year. So,
Oh,
sorry.
all right. I said I was looking forward to the holidays.
Yeah,
Looking
yeah.
forward to going and spending
I'm just
time with.
teasing. I'm just teasing. But I don't have a much better answer, honestly. I mean, mainly it's just getting to do social things for like during the season, like during Empire season, especially. It's like every weekend you've got something going on. You got
Yeah, we're going
practice.
dancing. We're having a movie night tomorrow night.
Oh,
and then
man,
going
yo.
dancing with some Empire fellas. It's gonna roll.
Yeah, so-
What's
get-
the movie?
Oh man, this is a great story here. So we were flying back from Minnesota after the Vikings thing with a bunch of the guys, and we're all like sitting in the same area, and we're just like let's all watch a movie together. So we've all got our phones. It's like American Airlines, so it's the phone one where you like play on your phone. So we all sync up at the right exact same time and play. So we watched the first Bourne movie,
Nice.
and it's a 2-legged flight. So like the second flight, we watched the second one. So now we're watch the Bourne Ultimatum to finish the trilogy, and we've got
Nice.
Solomon Rushmar Bailey has never seen it, so he's just like, what is Treadstone? I need to know. So like we're getting together to watch that and then hang out. But yeah, just being social, doing stuff on the weekends, and got a ski trip planned coming up here after Christmas, which will be really fun.
Yeah.
Lutsen, it's north of Minnesota, or like the northern part of Minnesota. I'm also trying to get
up in Vermont.
No. This is when I'm back in Minnesota, but I'm also trying to potentially plan some sort of trip out to Colorado to go skiing with Nut, which would be sick. He said he could give me some lift tickets for free, so that'd be dope.
Oh,
Where does he work?
He works at, I don't know, I can't remember, some
He works
ski
at a
shop.
ski shop. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a
I don't
manager.
know, but oh, okay. But which ski resort would he get you tickets to? Because
I don't know. I don't know. One of them. I'm sure he would. He offered me. He has a place to sleep, so it just seems like it'd be a sick trip. So I'm gonna try to make it happen.
Well, let me know when you come out here because I go.
I definitely
skiing.
will.
I go every
will.
weekend.
Oh, sick. Okay,
Sick.
cool. I definitely will.
Wait,
That'd be awesome.
Are you on the Epic Pass or Icon?
Epic.
Nice. I got the Epic this year too.
Oh, well, let me know if you ever come out here.
All right.
Benny, maybe you can come out too if you want to go skiing.
Do a whole.
Yeah, we
ski
found-
trip.
How well do you know John? He's a friend. Of mine.
Basically, I'd say as well as I know you guys.
Yeah. So super well.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, probably
Best
not
friends
as
for
well.
life.
Like we've interacted at Summit things and at Championship Weekend we hung out a little bit, but like, as well as any of you guys probably.
Cool.
So it sounds like we should all go out
Yeah.
there.
Ski
I'm
trip.
thinking we're all coming.
We'll be there.
John's gonna get us all passes.
Ringer
Great.
the meet and greet. We get to
He actually owes me a
be with
jersey.
the host.
Yeah,
Not-
did you tell him to back it up?
Yeah, Nut owes me a
Oh.
jersey, or I get to slap him in the face. So
You had a little Freudian slip there, but we're gonna pass over that one. Anyone caught that? But what was I saying? Yeah, I think that's it. I mean,
Freudian slip.
anyways, and then yeah, I guess my life is all frisbee, so I'm doing these frisbee camps that Jeff put together, so that'll be fun. There's some camps in, I think they're in New Jersey, but a lot of kids signed up. They're like week-long things, so I'm excited to do that. I like to do coaching things like that, so it should be a lot of fun.
Word.
Yeah. What about you guys? Let's hear what's going on. What's going on in your guys' lives?
I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, like I go skiing every weekend up here, so it's kind of a big part now that the ski season's in full force. So, well, snowboarding, but I use the verb skiing. But yeah. Do you guys both ski or snowboard?
I'm a skier.
I tried snowboarding a couple times, hated it. I went to like Breckenridge once or twice when we were living out there. It was awful on the snowboard. So I was like, maybe I hate this. And then I tried skiing. Oh, it's probably just I hated snowboarding.
Yeah. Sam, what did you think of snowboarding when you tried it?
I've been a handful of times in my life, so it's like it's always like 4 years apart from each other, so I have to relearn how to do it. But by the end of the day, I have my feet back under me.
Yeah, Sam came out and visited last year and did a day, and he did pretty good. So
Thank you. I just think
my-
it looks cooler.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, my dad is from Mississippi and my mom is from Tennessee, so I've gone skiing twice in my life. And
Yeah.
I embarrassed myself both times. So that's where I'm at on that. I feel like I can get it though. Like if I went like consistently, like I could figure it out, like I'm coachable, right? Like I like to think that at least. But I went with a buddy who was like way more advanced than me, and he was getting like tired of like, doing the like lame shit.
Mhm.
And so he like kind of pushed me into doing something like a little more intense with him, and I like immediately wiped out. Like it was horrendous. But I mean, like I fell into like a large, very soft like tuft of snow, so it was like totally fine. But I was like, yeah, nah, this ain't it for me. But anyway,
I've been snowboarding since I was like, I don't know, probably like 8 or something, and I had such a similar experience to you, Ben, where like the first time I went, I was like, I like did the bunny hill and I made it down and I was like, okay, yeah, let's do like a normal thing, and then I fucking hated it. It was like terrible. I just like would fall every time. But then like a year later, I was like thinking back to like doing it, and I think I just tricked myself into thinking I liked it. And then I went again, and then I started liking it when I didn't fall over every single time.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
probably
key.
what happened to me. I bet if I had gone, I also goofy footed on skateboarding or snowboarding, and I was maybe taught to learn like standard footed. And so I think that may have contributed to it, because I'm not saying that I'm like Mr. Gifted. I think especially when I was younger, I wasn't quite the athlete, and was a lot slower on the uptake for a lot of things. So, but I think that might have been what it was, that I was getting taught to go down with my left foot forward, and I was just like, this is not for me. So that may be it, or may not be it. I don't know. Maybe I was just really crappy at snowboarding.
well, no, it's I would say inconclusive. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, yeah. The jury's
Yeah.
still out. Will
Yeah.
always be out for the rest of my life, I hope.
Yeah, in terms
Ryan.
of like or no, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, Andrew, go ahead.
I was gonna say like in terms of like stuff we're doing. I'm going overseas for Christmas because my parents moved to Egypt, so I'm gonna have to like
Whoa.
I
yeah.
didn't
So
even know this.
I'm super stoked for it. It's gonna be awesome. But I'm like bringing all of the presents over in like I don't know how many check bags, like me and my little sister, and not super looking forward to that. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. I used to live there growing up in elementary school.
Wow.
And I
Wow,
haven't
that's
been,
really cool.
yeah,
Why? Can I ask why?
no. Yeah, my dad was a spy. No, he dude, I don't even know what my dad did, to be honest. He worked like for USAID, I think. It was something related to like education, something. I don't know. I should probably ask him
Let's
about
cut
that
this so
more.
your dad doesn't see that part.
Yeah.
I
No,
feel
my
like
dad
the-
actually I took I learned it a little bit in elementary school, and then I actually minored in it in college. And so like
Wow,
towards the
that's really
end,
cool.
I was actually like kind of okay at it. And then like now I haven't like spoken it in 2 years. So it's quite rusty. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say my dad actually does listen to like all the episodes, but he didn't watch any of the like ADL season. So he's like, yeah, I put it on. I don't really listen to it, but like if I say something that he didn't like, he'll like tell me and like okay, Dad. But he's probably listening right now. So what's up, Dad?
I feel like joking that he's a spy and then giving a really wish-washy answer about not knowing what he did is like pretty clear that he was a spy.
My
Straight
dad
out of Meet the Parents, like, hey, yeah, my dad's a florist or something.
Yeah,
If-
well, my dad wasn't, I'm pretty sure, but I do think we had like some family friends and their parents like kind of might have been. So we're not positive, but they had like, I don't know, some
Name
weird
names.
I don't even remember. I could though. I could figure it out. I'll text you guys in the group chat, but anyway.
Well, I work in political polling, so I had like a rough October and November. So I've been like really enjoying my time off, and I visited Sam last weekend, and we there's a bar near his place in Brooklyn that we went to that had 16 rotating beers on draft, and so we did a draft and we drafted all of the beers that were there.
You drink all 16, each of you?
There were 3 of
No,
us.
no.
And so we would each pick
So
a
we each had,
beer
like,
for that
5.
round. And in exchange for not having to pay for an extra round, all I had to do was sing the NBA draft jingle before we would order any beer, and then I didn't have to pay for my fair share of rounds. It was great.
What's the bar? Where do you live, Sam?
I just moved to like Crown Heights.
Oh,
The
very
place is
cool.
called Coven Hoven.
What's your address?
Yeah,
Oh,
drop
yeah,
Addy,
so-
man.
But everybody puts out their address.
No, but if you guys want to
Yeah,
go
why
do a
not?
draft, let me know.
That's so close. Is it-
I'll go back up to New York for another draft.
I
I'm in
just want
Park
to hear a
Slope.
funny story about
Oh, okay.
I'm in Bushwick, so not too far away. Funny story
Yeah.
about sharing addresses. One time, my little brother was playing VR poker.
Oh,
When he was
no.
probably like 12 or something, and my other younger brother, when he was 14, walked in, and my little brother was saying, "Michael Yacht, 1545, blah 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 blah, Minnesota," and my
Oh,
other
no.
brother was like, "What the heck are you doing, man?" He's like, "We're all sharing our addresses." Not to move, buddy. Not to move. Yeah, 12-year-old. Not the best.
My freshman year of college, my roommate, like a week and a half into school, was like telling me some girl he met on Facebook from school was like had been messaging him and how it was going really well. And then the next day I like get back from classes and he's like, well, it was going really well. And then she was like, hey, do you want to FaceTime? And then they got on a FaceTime and she was naked and was like, you get naked. And then so my roommate got naked and then
Wow.
and then she took screenshots, sent it to him and said, give me $10,000 or I'm going to send this to every single friend of yours on Facebook.
Oh no.
Big brain. So
That's a smart scam idea. Wow.
yeah,
And
beware.
so he deleted his
Wow.
Facebook and then went to the police and was like, they're asking me for money. And the police were like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like they're in Cote d'Ivoire. And then my roommate Ben was just like, "Is there anything I can do?" And they're like, "Just don't pay." And then we printed out the police report and we put it on the wall for the rest of the year.
That is so funny.
Wait, so this person was actually naked and from Cote d'Ivoire?
Yeah, they actually said like because
Your friend
we
should
came
have
out of
turned
the
it around on them.
country-
Yeah,
Oh,
note to self,
the-
screenshot anytime I'm
Yeah.
naked and someone else is naked.
And the worst part was they had like one mutual friend, and he was like sure that she was just also a freshman from school too.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad news bears. All right, good to know. Cautionary tale. Holy smoke.
Yeah. If you guys ever run into this situation, don't fall for it.
Don't pay. Just don't pay.
Yeah. Now you
Yeah,
know.
now I know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You thought I was gonna pay?
man. Yeah, we don't need to keep y'all too much longer. We've run out of stuff, but we can give y'all an out to jump out. But it's been super sick talking to you guys. And we really appreciate like wearing the shirt at the warm-ups and just coming on and hanging out. So it's super awesome to talk to you guys.
Yeah, it's
Likewise.
great. Yeah, enjoy it.
You don't
Yeah.
have any
Feels fun
closing-
to get interviewed. It's like, wow, this is it's
You're a
kind of funny.
celebrity.
Even that, yeah, big
We're all just buddies.
small
though, just
ponds
hanging
and
out.
all, but
Yeah.
that's fine. But yeah, just buddies. We'll go to a bar. We'll hang out with you guys and drink some beers or something at some point.
Yeah, I'll bring my cleats so you guys can sign each one.
Yeah, perfect.
I got
We signed up-
swooned. I got swooned by the Breeze into buying season tickets because I could get free beer and free pizza at their games if I did. So I'll be at the Breeze DC home game against you guys.
Well, it seems like I should buy season tickets
Yeah,
so I
that
can get
seems
free
like
booze.
a good deal.
Well, it was a little bit expensive.
Okay.
But there were lots of texts in the group chat of me being like, is it worth it? And we did a bunch of math, and it's like not going to be very hard for me to drink enough beer and pizza to make it worth it.
All right, good. Glad to know you'll be getting your money's worth out
Yeah.
of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only way I'll run, because I'm in New Orleans, but if y'all like play Houston or something, which I don't know if that would happen, but they sometimes have crossover stuff. But I'm definitely gonna try to make it out to some Houston games if that's like a thing. But
Sweet.
we'll see how that goes.
I'm excited for that organization. I think I've heard I don't know if this is real or not, so don't quote me, but I've heard the owners are also involved with like a rugby team or something, or maybe like a
The stadium
team or something?
is shared with it, so that
Yeah.
could definitely be it. Yeah.
yeah. So I bet that's it. Then the stadium will be sick. Probably. I think I saw it's like grass, and that'll be
wow.
awesome.
Oh wow.
But maybe it's not. Either way, I'm sure it's gonna be. If it's in a stadium, it's gonna be sick.
What do you guys think about like a new Houston team? Because like Houston's not really known for its ultimate club teams. Do you think they're gonna pull good players together, or?
I imagine they've done some market research and figured out where they stand as far as expansion teams goes. Maybe they're gonna try to poach some players from other teams and see if they can get some people flying in, but they're probably gonna be pretty bad, honestly. But who knows?
How do you guys feel about losing Ottawa? Was it surprising?
I mean, it's surprising because you just don't see teams disappear that often. I mean,
Well, not recently. They used to disappear. They used to come and go like it was nothing.
yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I was a little surprised, but they weren't really in contention for like going to the playoffs, so I don't really care that much.
Just in
Yeah.
contention for taking you guys to half.
Yeah,
They
the
give
only
us
team
our
that did that. Yeah.
best scare of the year.
Yeah.
This might piss off Ottawa folks, and our all-star friend from there is good, Jeremy Hill, but they were pretty bad, and it was kind of a bummer having to go up there and play them every year. I hope that they're able to split the talent between Toronto and Montreal and have both those be better products and better teams that we play, because ultimately it's more fun to play better teams. And if they're just going around winning 3 games a year against bad teams, it's not really good for them. It's not you know, they didn't have many fans. I imagine they probably weren't making a whole lot of money. And again, I want the league to succeed. So when
They had a great
guys,
announcer though. Their announcer was awesome.
they did, yeah, they did have a great announcer. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he finds a new home. But anyway, I like that, you know, the concentration of good teams gets stronger.
There's also so
And I
many
think that's
mosquitoes up in Ottawa. I'm glad not to deal with that again.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys aren't gonna miss the Cannons.
I actually will miss them because my little brother was playing for them. So it's a bummer that
Oh yeah, that's
Oh
right.
man.
really upset that they're not a team anymore,
Damn.
because he's sort of floundering now. Where does he go play? What does he do? What is, you know, where does he find his motivation to work out and stuff? Because he's really grinding. So
He's a pilot. He could just fly to Atlanta or something, right?
yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Perhaps, you know, some of the guys, he could get a little group and fly up there or something, or drive up there with them. I hope he figures out an outlet to play, because I'd love to play against him or with him at some point at a, you know, elite level.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Man.
Cool. Well, anyone else got anything?
Anything you guys want to get off your chest? You know, share to the world, to our thousands of, not actually thousands of listeners.
Who's the worst player in the AUDL?
Who we dislike the most, or who's truly the
Least
worst?
talented.
No.
Either one, either one.
No. We don't need
You're not gonna
to
get
do
me with that. I've done that before. Not this time, guys.
No. We love all the players equally, guys.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
That's big podcasting getting to your head there, Andrew. You know that's not
Yeah.
true. Come on.
There's
man.
some really
Live a
bad
little.
players in the AUDL. Some super bad players. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, we went to college with one of them. So
Yeah.
He was third in rookie of the year voting for the Western Conference
yeah, that's true.
by the players.
You know what I was
Means a lot,
saying?
as we've learned.
It annoys me so much that I've like talked to people and they're like, "Oh yeah, you guys made nationals in 2021 or whatever. Like, didn't you have an AUDL player on your team?" And I'm like, I hate that that's the narrative, because I'm like, because it's true, but like, you know, he
Everest is a
gets all
clown.
the he's a clown, and now that's the narrative, is that we went to nationals on the backs of Shapiro, you know. Which is true.
I think that we are probably responsible for that.
Oh,
to a large
100%.
extent.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
The only
I was
reason-
kind of
yeah.
like, this is the bed
Yeah.
we've made. So yeah, I have to.
The
live
only
with it.
reason the ADL community knows his name at all is because of us.
That's definitely not true. But
There's some things I see on Twitter that like are things that we started that I feel like are only talking points because of us. And I kind of feel like that's pretty cool. Like, people talk about Alex Davis's likes now. That has to be because of us.
That was us. Yeah.
That has to
Yeah.
be.
we were on the
Swing
ground
pass,
floor of that.
swing
won
pass,
MVP because of
swing-
you.
That's right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That was all.
Short.
Thanks, guys.
Swing pass going to video. Could that be us?
Maybe.
Who
Oh,
knows?
that's true.
Who
We were
knows?
in on the video before everyone else. Now it's all video. It's
Very
all you
nice.
see these days. Yeah.
All right.
But it's
Well, we can let you go since we've
Yeah.
dragged on this goodbye for about 10 extra minutes.
It's all good.
So thanks for
Well,
coming
we'll
on.
do a follow up next mid-season next year.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
amazing.
sure.
yeah, we'll check in with y'all.
Always great to talk to you guys.
All right. See you,
Yeah, good to
fellas.
see you,
Thanks
fellas.
for having us.
See
Take
you
care.
guys.
Bye.
Peace.
Good pod.
There you have it.
Thank
There you have it.
God.
Trifecta MVP, Ryan Osgar, and 0-time this year MVP. Ben
Yeah.
Yap
Mhm.
for the second time on the pod.
Yeah.
Nice. That was sick. And you know what? It went on kind of long, but it's not our longest episode. So
No,
Yeah.
I thought it was good timing.
Yeah.
I love their dynamic. It just like keeps reminding me of like the dynamic we have as like college players together. Like Ryan constantly giving Ben shit when Ben just like goes off on a tangent or something like that, and
Mhm.
good stuff.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
feel like hearing the story about like the team syncing up their movies together, like it's fun to hear stuff like that you would
Mhm.
imagine like your own team doing.
I love that Ryan's reason for Ringer being the most important MVP was that we're outsiders and we don't know things. We just watch it, and we don't do any analytics. We're not that smart.
No, we're not. Yeah. Andrew, what
Which
slice
is
are you
which is
on?
very true.
I'm
I
going
need a pe-
pepperoni.
I need a pizza update. No, what?
Yeah,
what
how
slice
many
number?
slices?
I just brought 2. I could have eaten a lot more, but I had
Oh,
to
okay.
like be on a show and talk. So
I wanted you
We
to
were
finish it,
hoping-
and so we could do like a
Yeah.
little graphic where it's like we fill in a slice each time you finish one. Oh, but I
Mm,
forgot you have to like eat it with the side of your mouth.
I knew it was my face is
Yeah,
all fucked up.
that sucks.
Because
face
Matt,
is-
nice. Matt, not nice.
Yeah,
Dr. Kamanzuli.
that's a deep cut for all the.
Yeah, shout out Dr.
Hardcore fans.
Kanzuli.
I
Look
mean,
at
just go
our
back on our
older
YouTube channel.
videos,
Yeah.
and you'll be
So-
in.
Reviews going on.
Best chapstick I ever had.
I do want to say this on the pod. So I don't know if we said I've probably told like a guest or something, but I sophomore year of college at CCC's, I slammed into a teammate and just like fucked my teeth up. And I went and had like dental surgery and like all this stuff. And then I didn't go back to that same dentist for like 4 years. And I walk in the office and the dude's like, "It's you, like you're back." Like he was like really stoked to see me. He was like, "Dude, how's the tooth, man?" Like and then it got kind of weird. Like he was looking at my like scans and stuff, and he was like admiring his own work. He was like, yeah, oh yeah. Like
He definitely saw the Andrew Reviews video and was like, "This guy."
yeah. But he was like, it was pretty crazy. He showed me the like x-ray of like the day that I got the like implant put in, and then he showed me like the one of like that day, and you could see how the like bone just like encased the like screw. It was like it's pretty
Oh my
gnarly.
God.
But anyway, yeah, me and Cam and Zools, we go
Oh,
back.
man.
All right. Well, this has been an episode of I'm Open,
I'm open.
I'm
brought to you
open.
by
I'm open.
ringyourthud.com.
I'm open.
Bye, Peanut.
Bye.
Peanut, say you're open. Peanut, say it.